welcome to this chapter, and we'd like to introduce Hillary Varus, Ron's daughter and right-hand woman in his reptile world. Thanks for joining us, Hillary.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Ron, let's get started. What do we need to create a great habitat for a baby iguana?
Well, we're going to be talking about an iguana that we're keeping as a pet. We're going to assume that they're going to be indoors, and most of the country they will be. So we'll start with a 20-gallon aquarium. This is called a 20 long, as opposed to a 20 high, which would be shorter and higher. We want to utilize this space because as we build it, you'll see we need the space. So we'll begin with the aquarium, and the next thing we're going to do, we'll add the rug in the bottom. There are many substrates you can use. None of them are perfect. None of them imitate the jungle exactly. But the rug is the best we found over all of our years of working with substrates. The corn cob, ground up corn cob, the walnut, ground up walnut, and many of the other little substrates are hard, and they end up in the groove that parallels the teeth, and as the iguana drinks, they move from point to point, and they end up in the hinge, grinding the hinge. There's a relief canal that goes up to the eyeball, and the bacteria, once the gums are pierced, will end up going up to the eye, and you'll see the eye shutting. And then we have a problem that has to be taken care of. So to avoid it, we stay away from most of those substrates. The calci sand seems to be a good one. It's our second best choice. It's pure calcium carbonate. It's digestible, and it doesn't seem to harm them, except sometimes the fine dust will get in their eyes and you'll see them squinting. If that happens to your lizard, then don't use it. But we like the carpeting. It has the right feel for them. It doesn't have the large loops that normal outdoor carpeting has. The large loops can break the teeth. They can also break the toenails, and we don't want that to happen. So that's our favorite.
So what's up next?
Let's put a background because the animal needs security. And with a background, he might feel like he's somewheres into the jungle. And this will give him the security that he needs. Already the animal would start feeling better.
Could I ask a question?
Sure.
Are these backgrounds expensive? And I see it has another side.
No, they're only $2 or $3 each in your local pet store, and they're reversible. On this one, it has a desert scene on one side, a jungle scene on the other. But there are so many different scenes out there, it would be fun to choose the correct one.
Okay, what's next?
I think we should hang a plant in the center. It'll give depth instead of just a 90-degree angle. It'll add depth, it'll make the iguana feel better, and he'll have something to climb on. Also, make sure that these are made for terrariums, because sometimes when you buy artificial plants and you rub them, the leaves fall off. The iguana could ingest it and it could get stuck in the turns in his stomach. So make sure it's made for terrariums or aquariums, and you can rub it briskly to make sure none of the leaves fall off.
I've learned that real plants are just a pain in the neck. They break down after a week, and you're always cleaning them, and they don't really serve the long-term purpose.
No, live plants, you have to keep them wet. The iguana will dig in it. You'll have dirt everywhere on your clean rug. And sometimes they lay in it all the time, and the moisture can cause infections, fungi or bacterial. So live plants we usually discourage in a terrarium of this type.
Okay, what's next?
Well, let's add a piece of wood, and we're going to put it securely towards the back so the animal has the entire front to walk back and forth. They usually go to the brightest area in the tank, and that gives them plenty of room. If they want to climb up, they can feel secure here. And notice we've got a piece that fits in there good. If you get a round piece, it could roll on the animal, maybe even trap the tail or a foot, and that could cause problems. This is California grapevine. It's available in most pet stores, and it's sort of soft. That way they can get their little toenails into it and they feel secure climbing on it. And it's easy to clean also.